I was watching the Dave Chappelle special, The Close on Netflix. I enjoyed it. So I think it's his best work? Nah. I think it's very observant, how he's been, these past few years since his resurgence. And I just want to speak on, its effect, the backlash. And that kind of is what sparked this whole thing. So, my name's Tahchee, and this is my take. So there's this saying I really like from this TV show called The Wire. You may or may not have seen it. So it comes from a character named Marlo Stanfield, who's kind of like a kingpin. And basically, he says this line: "You want it one way, but it's the other way." And hearing it like that, it may just sound like, yeah, whatever. But it's so poignant to what this Dave Chappelle fiasco is right now with his latest stand-up, The Closer. So let me break down the scene a little bit real quick. So Marlo goes into a corner store, right? He goes and he buys something. And then also he just steals like 3 lollipops, whatever. He likes lollipops, that's his thing. So he steals the lollipops in front of this security guard. And the security guard sees him steal it. He looks at the security guard while he's stealing it. He takes the lollipops. He walks out the store. The security guard, of course, gets frustrated. And he has a moment, a pause. And then I guess he just kind of goes, nah. And he storms out the store to confront Marlo. Gets in Marlo's face. And he's like, listen, I know who you are. I don't want no problems. But you saw me there, and you still did that right in front of my face, like I wasn't there. You see me. Marlo cuts him off, basically, and says, I don't. Security guard gets frustrated, and he's venting to him. He's saying, listen, you think I want to wake up every morning, put on this suit, come stand here and do this? You think I'm proud of what I'm doing? Have some respect for me as a man, yada, yada, yada. Marlo cuts him off and says, oh, you want it one way. Security guard is getting flustered. He's getting upset. He's like, listen, I told you I don't want no problems. I'm just saying. Marlo cuts him off again. No, you want it one way. But it's the other way. And he walks off, gets in his SUV and dips. Essentially, that right there is kind of everything in one short sentence. Yes, on a regular day, maybe 100 people come in and see him, and they, I guess, behave or whatever. They do what they're supposed to do, and they walk out. But then it's gonna be those times when a Marlo walks in the store, just a person in general. I don't care. This is gonna happen. You thought it was gonna be this way, but it's gonna be this way today. And you have to live with that and deal with that. Because it can't be just one way. And that is kind of the theme of this conversation I'm about to have with you guys. The ideal that we're in a place where we want things one way, and when it's the other way, we don't know how to deal with it. So with Chappelle's latest stand-up, The Closer, it's been a lot of controversy. We all know it. If you haven't seen the stand-up yet, either you don't want to see it, or you must be really busy. But it's been a lot of backlash from the trans community, as a whole, due to the fact that Chappelle themed his stand-up around, that issue. After the last few stand-ups he has done the same. Sticks and Stones was the big kickoff to that, really, where he started really getting that backlash. And it seems to be that the trans community wants it one way. Chappelle mentioned himself during the stand-up. Hey, I make jokes about blacks, whites, poor, yada yada yada. Everyone laugh. It's all good. It's everything's peachy keen. There might be some people who are like, that's fucked up, and that's about it. I make the same type of jokes. Now it's towards the trans community, the transgender jokes. It's a problem. Now he's punching down. Now he's bullying. But it was never an issue before with the other jokes. So now it seems that, the trans community, they want it one way. But it's the other way right now. So overall though, if we look at the stand-up as a whole, which is the problem, because we haven't watched the stand-up, it's not something that's been, seen by the people that are complaining about it. So there are people within their own space complaining about something that they either refuse to watch or they've just watched clips, and the people that watch the clips are informing the people that haven't watched it at all. And this is where they're piecing together this piece of work. You can't watch something in clips or hear something in hearsay and take a line or take a bit out and then try to analyze that bit when it's a piece of a puzzle that all goes together. You can't forsake Dave and his stand-up if you didn't watch the stand-up. If you didn't sit there and go through it and see the themes and see the times where he was apologizing, basically, where he's basically saying, I just want to speak my piece. You guys can speak your piece, and we can all be peaceful. There's no malice to it. One, they're jokes. Two, it's observational humor. Three, you don't have to watch this stuff. There seems to be this thing where people want you to either say what's appropriate to them or don't say anything at all. As in, you can't exist. Your work can't exist here if we don't like it. And that's a dangerous place to be. A slippery slope, I guess, would be a better term. How can you be offended by something that you don't like? And I say that to say, what are you doing watching something that you know you're not gonna like? Or seeking out this information for something so that you could be upset, so that you can have something to rant and rave about, to march about. There's nothing malicious going on here. It's a comedy show. There's no law being passed here. There's no hate rhetoric being preached here. It's a man telling jokes from his point of view. And if you don't like what the man is saying, you walk away. You turn it off. You say, nah, I'm not into that. And you let that be over there. It's one thing to be talking about violence or discrimination, but a 40-minute to an hour stand-up that really wasn't about you or anybody you know, but you decided to take it on that way, to carry it like that. Is that really Dave Chappelle's fault? Or is that anybody's fault that likes the stand-up? We laugh at ourselves all the time. You gotta learn to laugh at yourself as well. But that's just my take. I would say watch the stand-up, give it a chance. If anything you can take from that stand-up, it's an observation, a point of view. And you go, okay, you put that in your bag and you go, okay, that's something I didn't think about or know. Or you throw it in the trash and say, that's something I never needed. It's all a learning experience at the end of the day. But that's it. I was thinking to go into the stand up and pick it apart, but I don't think I'll do that on this. Just a small observation that I'm seeing on Twitter. The rhetoric that I'm seeing, the backlash. Because backlash is always interesting. because especially on Twitter, it seems to come from a place of boredom. Issues that you don't really care about, or you never would have cared about, and you've been riled up, a battery's been put in your back to pay something attention that you would have never paid attention to regardless, because it's irrelevant to your life. So, take it how you take it. I'm Tahchee, and that's just my take. Peace. 12 by 6.